If you spend a lot of time producing in Ableton, you probably know this feeling. You open your session, you sit down to make music, and even if everything technically works, sometimes your workspace just feels a bit flat, a bit uninspiring, a bit too familiar, a bit boring. And I think that when we are producing our own music, we just need to have fun. We need to stay in an environment that inspires us, that's colorful, or maybe that's gray, that's black and white, whatever we prefer. So in today's video, I want to show you how to customize Ableton so it looks the way you want. Won't magically make you a better producer, but will make you a more relaxed person, okay? So my hair today are like gray, not purple anymore. So welcome back to the channel. My name is Pia from Music Production for Women. Before we get started, I would just want to quickly tell you why this matters. When you're learning music production, there's already so much going on. You're learning shortcuts, arrangement, plugins, levels, sound selection, blah, 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 blah. So if there's a way to make your workspace feel clearer, less tiring on your eyes, and just, easier, the goal is not just to have a DAW that functions. The goal is to create a space that helps you come back to making music again and again. So keep this in mind while we explore all the features. Let's start from this nice button here called Settings. And what we want to look for is theme and colors. This nice, cute page. This page has changed a lot over the years, so your version may be different. I currently have Ableton Live 12 Suite. First thing that I want to share with you, the appearance. We will go back to theme later. So appearance, here it says follow system. I don't know if this works also for Windows user, but basically it's just about day and night mode. So light, like if I want to change it, it's already on light, or dark. Which, to be honest, I like this a lot, okay? So let's go back to the light setting, which is the same as follow system, but just let's keep it like this. The tone can be cool, neutral, and warm. So a cool tone basically is like a winter palette. A warm color is more yellow. A neutral is like this. I like the cool one. We can also choose between eye contrast and not eye contrast, which here, it doesn't matter that much. So let's try. Okay, so it just enhances the dark settings. The customization here, it talks about grid line intensity. So you see the lines are slowly disappearing. I don't know if you can actually see this. So maybe you're just struggling with lines and you just want to see them, and this will make the job easier. But also you can just work without lines, which is a bit crazy, but yeah, maybe it can work for someone. I would just keep this to 50%. The brightness, so this is important if you're working in a very dark environment and you don't want your computer to be bam with all the light. You just go over here and you customize this, or maybe you're out taking a sun bath in your garden and you just can't see anything. So you just basically prefer more brightness. So wow. That's a lot. Color intensity. This is like a saturation knob. And the color hue, so you can actually play with this. So if you want a very cool green, oh, this is nice, I like this. Or maybe you can just keep this very low and just customize, but I want to try it out all the different positions. So yeah, you can also have Ableton in purple. Very nice. Another nice feature is track and clip colors. Ableton is assigning automatically the colors to the track, but you actually have control over this. So if I just turn this off, I can just set my default track color to pink, or maybe to this color, or maybe to this one, or maybe to this one. So if I go over here, it would be like my hair. And also you have this feature to reduce the automatic colors. So you see, if I create a MIDI clip, it will be the same color as the default track. There used to be a randomize button in older versions, so I don't know why this is not here anymore. Oh, here it is. Okay, so it's clip color that can be random. Basically, if I create more MIDI tracks here, the color should be randomized. So let's see. Yes. Let's try here. This is blue, so the first one. So it's randomized. Last thing that I wanted to talk about is the theme. You can find themes online. So with theme, you can just say to Ableton, hey, please change everything. You see, this is so cool. I think I would go crazy working like this for hours. We have this one, which is the classic medium dark, classic medium light, which is nice too. Immaterial. This is, oh yeah, I used to use this, to be honest, in older versions. Riparian, oh, this is nice too. This is very nice. And also, yeah, we can just tweak this color hue, color intensity things, the brightness. Still, we can edit this even if we're using the themes. Another feature that I wanted to show you, it's inside the display and input in newer versions of Ableton Live, but in older versions was in theme and colors. Basically, here you can customize the language, which I put in English, but I speak Italiano, and the zoom. So maybe you're working, on a wow. So maybe, I don't know, maybe you're like, it's useful when you have multiple screens and sometimes you just can't see a thing, which happens so many times, especially in Ableton, where everything is so small. You can actually customize this the way you like. And then we can also customize other details, like the scroll bar. You can choose always or follow system, which, to be honest, I have no idea what it means. And then there are other settings that are worth exploring. So let me know if you maybe have any questions. If you've never tried this before, go into Ableton, head to theme, colors, and then display and input, and spend a few minutes exploring. Try a few different looks, see what feels best, see what makes you stay in the session a little longer. I love to know which kind of look you prefer. There are so many other settings and customizations that are possible, and I would love to make a video about this and show you my workflow with my push 3 there. I don't know if you can see from there, and basically with my production process. And if you enjoyed this video and want more simple supporting music production tips, don't forget to check our blog section in the website that's always updated, and I'll see you in the next one. Ciao!